Where are they? They should be here by now. It's 11:36. I mean, I guess that's not too bad, but it should be any second now. I guess maybe I got the time wrong, or maybe there's like a PST JST kind of conversion thing, or actually, oh no, I think they're here. I think they're here. I think they're here. Hmm. So, who is Romanesco Roman? They are a five-piece band from Nagoya, Japan, and on June 10th, 2025, they released their first EP, which is titled Mou Iku Ne, which in English would mean I'm heading out. With that said, this is the EP that I am interviewing them about today. This EP contains 5 songs, which are the following: Thinking Out, Lonely Girl, Ukazenya, Kanranja, Kare Tawakse, and also Banto. Okay, well, if you'd like to sit right there, I have a spot for you. Let me know if you'd like any coffee or tea, or if you'd like my cat to come hang out. We can totally do that too. But I guess first up, let's just do an introduction for yourself and for the band, please.
We are Romanesco Roman, a 5-piece Dreamgaze band formed in 2024 and based in Nagoya, Japan. To us, Dreamgaze is not just a coined genre, it represents our attitude towards music, dreaming through sound. Our music is rooted in alternative rock, but blends elements of indie rock, shoegaze, and dream pop. Floating above our band's sound is a distinct vocal presence that balances melancholy with catchiness in a unique way. While our work is deeply inspired by overseas artists, we also incorporate uniquely Japanese aesthetics and perspectives. Through this, we hope to share the emotional landscapes of Japanese music with listeners not just in Japan, but around the world.
Thank you so much for that. I think let's start off with an icebreaker. So I'm not sure if you guys have icebreakers in Japan. Basically, these are little conversation topics that we use to essentially just make people feel more comfortable when meeting for the first time and just kind of have everyone on the same level, you know? So with that said, my question for you is, what is the best concert that you've ever been to?
I saw Warpaint when they came to Japan in 2017. I was completely captivated, not just by their music, but by the entire atmosphere and presence they created on stage.
For me, it was Tokyo Jihen's farewell concert in 2012. Not only was the music amazing, but it was my first time traveling outside my hometown just to see a band. Witnessing the final moments of a band's journey left a lasting impression.
One of the most unforgettable concerts for me was when Radwimps performed as the Countdown Act at Countdown Japan 2016-2017 in Makuhari Messe. I was near the front, close enough to see the sweat glistening on the members. When they ended Oshaka Shama, instead of a final chord, they hit that note over and over again, leading straight into the countdown. As a high schooler, I'll never forget the raw energy of that moment.
It's actually so funny that you mentioned Radwimps at that location, because I've also specifically seen Radwimps at that exact venue in 2019 for Summer Sonic. They are a fantastic fit for a large stadium venue like that too. I will also say that I would have loved to have seen Tokyo Jihen live. Unfortunately, that's not really possible, so I'm very jealous.
I'm jealous of Summer Sonic 2019 was the year Radwimps released their second collaboration with director Makoto Shinkai, Following Your Name. They gained many fans overseas, and it felt like their world tours really expanded. I'd love to see a world tour myself someday. We hope to become artists who can inspire and captivate just as many people.
So for me, I personally hear lots of 90s American rock influence on a lot of the songs here on this EP. Like, for example, the song Lonely Girl sort of, to me, sounds like, 90s Smashing Pumpkins. Though at the same time, I do hear a lot of Japanese music influence too. I think primarily Supercar is something that I hear a lot on this EP. So with that in mind, who are your musical influences?
I like a band called Sotai Seriron. It's a band with a characteristic but pop, floating sound, and cute singing voice.
The band I've listened to the most in my life is Yura Yura Teikoku. I love both their early garage rock sound and their later psychedelic direction. I'm also drawn to post-rock bands like Mogwai and Mono for their wide, dynamic range, and to art-driven rock like Yeah Yeah Yeahs and Blonde Redhead. I used to listen to early Radiohead and Grapevine a lot too. And of course, the Smashing Pumpkins and Supercar have been huge for me.
I've been strongly influenced by indie rock and 90s emo and its revival, including bands like Death Cab for Cutie, Built to Spill, Hey Mercedes, The Get Up Kids, and Jimmy Eat World. I've listened to DCFC's Transatlanticism more times than I can count.
Of course, I respect bands like the Smashing Pumpkins as well as the broader world of 90s alternative rock and grunge. I've also been deeply influenced by shoegaze, dream pop, and indie rock from around the world. By blending these sounds with contemporary and distinctly Japanese elements, we create the music of Romanesco Roman.
Personally, I've been heavily influenced by Japanese rock and pop acts like Radwimps, Regal, Lily, and Uraniqua.
I think this album really captures the sound and the feeling of waking up right before sunrise. The final song, Bato, is sort of like that morning feeling of being tired, yet you know you have to get yourself ready to live out the whole day. And of course, this is a feeling that I feel like everyone is pretty much familiar with too. For me personally, I feel like this song ends right as that sun comes up, like right at that exact moment. So my question to you is, was there any unifying idea like that the band focused on when composing this EP?
There wasn't a specific concept we focused on as a band while making this EP, but during the songwriting process, we were very conscious of evoking a nostalgic and melancholic texture. Still, it's not just a sad or negative tone. Thanks to the organic arrangements that emerge from our band's sessions and Sumi's iconic vocals and melodies, you'll also feel moments where light shines through. The strength you'll find woven into the lyrics, even in their quietest lines, may be exactly what someone needs to feel seen or supported.
Gotcha. I will say that there is a very clear connection between the themes on this album, because at least for me, that nostalgic feeling and also the experiences from the past are just what really allow someone to become strong in the present. With that said too, I do think that this song has my favorite instrumental on the album. I do really like the balance between the delicate guitar in the left channel and also the chugging and fuzzy guitar on the right channel too. Furthermore, the vocals and the synth and the drums in the middle really seem like the road ahead of the listener. Was this intentional? And if so, was there any sort of theme that you wanted to express with this mixing setup?
That's right. Both good and bad experiences can become chances for growth.
Banto is a love song, and while it has an alternative dramatic development, at its core is the idea that it's difficult to devote yourself to others with pure intentions. Perhaps what makes it feel like Romanesco Roman is the fact that we don't express things too straightforwardly.
My next question is actually about the song Kanransha. So on this one, Sumi actually uses a fairly deep voice right around the middle of this song. For me, I would probably say that this is the real highlight of the song, and because of that, I did want to ask why you made that choice.
Love is not only beautiful. In previous lyrics, he was trying to make his heart look beautiful. Her departure overflows his dirty feelings.
One other thing I wanted to mention is that I love the light sound of the keyboards on the song Kareta Wakse, and so to me, they kind of sound like raindrops on pavement. Was there any specific direction that you wanted for that part of the song?
Raindrop. That's exactly what it is. It's not raining in the song. A little hope emphasizes cruel reality. I expressed her mind.
I would say that this is probably my favorite song on the EP, both because of the instrumental and also because I really love those male backing vocals on that song in addition to Sumi's as well. I think for that reason, it's almost like two sides of the same story.
Thank you as well. It makes me happy that people imagine and interpret my songs in their own ways.
My next question is about the opening song, which is titled Thinking Out. This is, again, probably one of my favorites on this EP. And because of that, I think the theme of saying goodbye, even if you don't want to, is a very strong one. Specifically, I thought the opening verse was very relatable for that reason too. So with that in mind, could you please tell me about the writing process of the lyrics for this song in particular?
These lyrics are a hands-on experience. Small events cause great cracks when they overlap. I wanted to write lyrics about the discomfort that lurks in everyday life.
The album cover is also very interesting for this EP too. I think the image of the figure looking at something behind her as the road stretches out in front of her is a very powerful image. She's so far away from the thing behind her, it's almost like she's on the moon, right? Could you please explain what you wanted this image to represent for the sound of the album or its concept?
The background of the jacket art was inspired by Kareta Wakse. Once someone makes a decision, no amount of persuasion can stop them from setting off on their journey. I drew a strong-willed girl whose determination echoes throughout the entire album.
That was my final question. However, I do have one actual final very fun one, I think. So, I know you guys are from Nagoya. I was wondering what kind of tourist spots or maybe restaurants that you would recommend visiting in the area.
If you're into classic sites, there's Nagoya Castle, a great spot if you've never seen a Japanese castle before. Culturally, Nagoya has a local tradition called morning service. Simply put, when you order a coffee, you get extras like toast, eggs, and salad for free. Cafes are an everyday part of life here, so spending a relaxing time at one can be a great experience. Just one note, this culture is specific to kisaten, traditional Japanese cafes, not modern Western style cafes. I really recommend experiencing Nagoya's morning service culture. If you're up for something quirky, there's also a cafe called Mountain that serves some very unusual dishes. It might be a fun stop.
Okay, so now let's not do the pretend interview. Thank you so much for watching this. I want to say we conducted this interview over the span of 2 weeks, so thank you so much to Romanesco Roman for taking your time out of your schedule for this. And also thank you so much for making this amazing EP. Again, if you are an audience member and you would like to check this out, this is titled Mou Iku Ne. I'll probably have the title of it somewhere here, wherever it is. I don't know. I'm not in the future. This is such a fun listen, especially if you like post-rock and shoegaze and also Dreamgaze too. I think you'll like this a lot. This is also on every streaming platform, so no matter where you are, you can listen to it. And in case you do end up liking it, and in case you would like to purchase this, I will leave a link to the Bandcamp page for it because that is how I got it. And that is now everything. So I think it's safe to say that I am very much eagerly awaiting more music from Romanesco Roman. I think you should too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.